Hey folks, Steve here with a special unboxing video for you today. We are looking at some OCS games, plural. We'll get to that. I'm a little bit behind the times. A lot of folks got their third winter copy long before I did, and I can only shrug and say, well, I got mine, and then I actually have sat on it for several days, might be over a week now, before doing this recording, because I had a few other things in flux that I wanted to take care of before I did this video. So, yeah, here we go. The Third Winter, Battle for Ukraine, September 1943, 1944. MMP, Multiman Publishing. Series designer, Dean Essig. Game designer, Anthony Burkett. Game developer, Chip Saltzman. And all this typical stuff that you guys are used to seeing. There's a good old standard blurb here on the back regarding the Third Winter, and there's going to be all kinds of stuff in here. That's a very long list of components, lots and lots of stuff. So we're going to take a look at this. We'll start rip and shrink and doing the thing. Now, I suspect that if you're watching this, you've probably already seen an unboxing video of the Third Winter, such as it is. And I think we would expect to see that the overall, I guess, quality of components that have come with the game are quite high and cool stuff that we'll see in a moment. We'll say that my box has a little bit of a dent in it, but that's okay. I'm not terribly concerned about that. All right, so we're going to check this out. This gives our checklist of stuff that will come with the game, so we'll just keep an eye on that. I want to double check that as we go, at least best I can. So first things first, we have, and as it usually is, stuff that's way out of order. We'll have to organize this all. The game-specific rules for the Third Winter. You can tell that the quality is up because this is actually color and semi-glossy paper, which I think like the last OCS game, OCS game that came out had more like matte, non-glossy paper in black and white text. So you can see there's a bunch of stuff related to examples of play here. Lots of content beyond just the rules. And then it looks like the included errata counters for older games are all here. Stuff. Oh, missing. Okay, I'm currently clipping my counters for Sicily too, so that's convenient. That's good to know. We've got that. So all of that there. The 3-column format, color, lots of pictures. So a very good book to look at. Obviously, you need this to play, but improved component quality, I think, over previous releases. They really leaned into a stronger product for the user, for the purchaser on this one. It's pretty cool. Speaking of things, we've got some breakdown counter displays. So stuff that's going to sit on the table nearby. That just helps to handle the breakdown of counters. See, some for Romania, Hungary, Germany, Soviets. All good stuff there. I think on the inventory, yeah, 2 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches breakdown displays. Blah blah, good stuff. Okay, you have counter sheet 7. Counter sheet 7. This includes the 0 step loss markers, which I think have to do with some level of bluffing or something or other. Various markers that I do not quite recognize yet, that I'm not as familiar with, and how these are used. So this is all relatively new stuff, as far as I know. No issues with the die cuts, all looking good there. It's your usual collection of markers. And those are some of those errata counters for the other games in the series. And I should say the counter quality is going to be pretty, it's like your standard white inside counters. So like they're not the best in the universe, but they're solid and fine, and will be probably counters for me to clip ultimately. I'll set that over here. Map A. It looks like this is going to be the Western map out of the set. You can see Romania being notated down there, so obviously not going to be able to unveil all of the maps, but this is just a one standard map sized map of the western part of the overall map. So map number 1, there's a series rules 4.3. This is the more standard component of the black and white, more regular non-glossy paper, 3-column format. Just the latest version of the rules. I've got a copy of this and a couple other OCS things that I have now, so good to just have the extra rule book as usual. The counter sheet 6, so we get some of the air, we get some of the German breakdown units, lots of other units. Set that aside. Terrain effects chart, this being color but non-glossy, so you can see the differences between dry, freeze, and mud conditions. Effects on combat. This is quite a nice terrain chart. I'm not sure all of the other OCS games have quite as nice of a terrain effects chart, so this is nice to have. Good to have. Appreciate that. We got some OCS markers. So these are the generic OCS marker sheet. So I think sometimes between major rules versions there's slight differences. So you can see there's a gray and a brown railhead hex row, not just all of a single type or color there, but this is a standard hedgehogs and airstrips and disorganized counters, low ammunition or low supply, fuel markers, step losses, supply points, all that stuff. We have the small map used for the scorpions in a bottle small scenario, of course in pocket. Let's see, just a little, you just set this up, get the right counters out, and just play on this, and there you go. A little intro scenario potential there. Some Germans, it looks like, and some Romanians. All looking pretty standard. Looks like the counters could have been made just a little smidge to the right on some of these, but the cuts, I should say, but nothing that's actually a bad cut that I can see. It kind of sucks I even have to bring that up. Just, recently there have been some games with counter cutting issues. Not necessarily multi-game publishing games, but other stuff. There's an Axis player booklet that has charts, tables, order of arrival. So this is your reinforcement schedule, and it is color. And then another terrain effects chart. So that's nice, very, very nice. This is non-glossy paper, but works with what it needs to do. I kind of prefer non-glossy just because it makes it easier to make notes if you have to. Bunch of HQs for the Germans, multi-step units, lots and lots of stuff. Panzer divisions. Copy of the 4.3 charts and tables. Standard stuff. Another OCS sheet, standard markers, because you need plenty of these. This will be map B, so another map to add. Here's the scenario book. So this is non-glossy paper, quite thick actually. I think the count is coming in at 56 pages. The back is page 56, and all the scenarios. And of course, there's a fair number. You can see here, scenario 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all of differing intensities. And of course, there's the campaign game start there. And now we get into some of the Soviet counters. Counter sheet 3, plenty of Soviet stuff, nothing looking wrong there. Soviet player booklet. I almost said player aid, but it's player booklet because there's plenty of stuff in here. Same thing. color, all that good stuff. Non-glossy paper. Then we have more Russians. Counter sheet number 2. More charts and tables. Another map. Counter sheet 1, which is a bunch of Soviets. Another copy of the terrain effects chart, handy dandy. Map D. And we're starting to run low on stuff. More OCS markers. That's 3 sheets of those, I should point out. A Axis player aid for general track and keeping track of stuff. A Axis multi-unit formations display. Good stuff there. Well, this is the second. This is the second one. Make sure that there's 2. Yep, this is the second Axis multi-unit formations display. We need a lot of table space for all of these. And we have the Russian equivalents, 1 and 2, and Soviet player aid 1, Soviet player aid 2, turn record and reinforcements weather display, and then 1 die, and I think this usually comes with 2. So either I have yanked one of the dice out of the box and it has landed somewhere and I did not notice it, or I only got 1 die, which I am not going to bellyache about. I don't care. I have plenty of dice, one way or the other. But I might have lost the die. I guess it would be probably a white die, and I probably did lose it somewhere rather than it just not be in the box. So that's cool. And so you guys can see ultimately there is just a wealth of player aid sheets in here. I think you would really have to appreciate. I mean, you know, other games in the series have been, you know, big productions. Make no mistake there. But I think the level of effort to make this one kind of a standout improvement is appreciated, right? I mean, or you know, I think it's worth mentioning. Other games in the series, yeah, are older. Maybe, you know, you just don't expect that, and they could have rested on the same. Yeah, here's the red die. I have my dice. I have all my dice. Good stuff. Or wait, yeah. No, I'm missing the white die. Never mind. I'm sorry, guys. Long evening. You know, it's appreciated, right? They're going the extra effort to make this product stand out in terms of the extra stuff that you can use and make use of. Here's the die. Boom, 2 dice. I was wrong. I got both dice. So I'm pretty sure that is everything. If I look at our little checklist, that is just about everything. So there you go. There's Third Winter. Now, it seems important to talk about the improvements and compare it to something. So what I'm going to do, this is a bit of a treat, maybe more for me than it is for you. I'm going to compare it with another unboxing video of an OCS game that is similar in size and number of components, and just as a point of fun comparison, let's take a look at how they compare, right? We see all the major advancements that the Third Winter has brought and will hopefully be what we see in future games in the series. I mean, as I'm picking up titles in OCS, there's a very big contrast in terms of the level of, you know, enhanced components and pictures and everything else that are in this game compared to others. So let's push that out of the way and let's take a look at a mint in shrink copy of Case Blue. So Case Blue is a game that has been out for a while, is currently out of print. And I have copied, or I attained a copy. This is one of the big games in the series. Can be attached to Guderian's Blitzkrieg. 2 dice, just right away. Just set these guys down. We got both. There you go. And case blue. So by comparison, here we are. 1 box and lid. There's 10 maps. This includes maps from a game called Enemy at the Gates, so there's a lot more. 13 counter sheets, 3 standard OCS marker sheets, 10 case blue counter sheets. There's going to be series rules, game-specific rules, Axis and Russian booklets, scenario book, a second scenario book, and some charts. A little bit different, right? Here's the game-specific rules, and you can see, I mean, it's not a big book, and very specifically, just 16 pages, black and white format, 3 columns, standard paper, non-glossy. So kind of a different world than the Third Winter, obviously, but nothing too crazy. You've got notes about consolidating your counters, which if you have Guderian's Blitzkrieg 2, then that's something you need to concern yourself with. And I will have to do that. So that's the rules. Here's a first sheet of 4.0 markers. You can see, that they evidently had found things, divisional lines, certain stuff that as of the 4.0 rule set, they had decided these markers should be in the standard sheet. So the standard sheet markers, I think, have changed over the years, just incorporating different counters, different numbers of the counters. But one of those is a scenario booklet. Quite big. This is just the first one, mind you. Clocking in at 80 pages. 80 pages. Now this includes smaller scenarios, so Edge of the World. I think there's a few others in here. But you have to flip through each one. So, with a fine-tooth comb, you'll want to be looking at this. Not much detail to go into here without going overboard. Here is counter sheet 10, which is actually a half sheet. Let's see, I need some transport points, various units. Set that guy down. It's the second scenario book. This one clocking in at 48 pages, a little bit smaller. You see, starts getting into combined games where you're combining Guderian's Blitzkrieg 2 with Case Blue. No pictures, just standard stuff there. There's another marker sheet. And here we go. We start getting into the maps. And this is, let's see if I can find it, is map K. And you get, just to pull this out a little bit, you get the visibility of the Caucasus Mountains there. And again, going to be really hard to appreciate this, the camera zoom level that we're at, what I can actually show. The Axis booklet, no color, 2-column format, actually, instead of 3, but including a lot of the same sort of stuff. So you can imagine it's not overly different from what we would see in the other book from the Third Winter. The order of arrival is in here, just without pictures. It's all listing. So that's sort of the difference, right? Comparatively, Third Winter, they've really leaned into making things a little bit more spiffy, right? Markers. Map J, the terrain key, Case Blue. This map is, oh yeah, more of the Caucasus. Lots of mountains there. And then we start getting into oodles and noodles of counters. So counter sheet number 9, plenty of units there. Lots to look at. Map H, which just continues to head northward. Counter sheet 8. Here's the 4.0 charts, or at least the first copy. So different the orange charts compared to, say, the blue charts that are 4.3. This would be the Dawn Steps map. Lots of stuff on here. Again, kind of hard to show. Not really able to show as much as I would like, but Rostov is in the very north part of that map. Okay, we've got counter sheet 7. Get some remaining units, various things. Map F. Russian booklet, similar to the Axis. Another counter sheet. Looking good there. Series rolls 4.0, so at this point obsolete, but you could use it for some other purpose, I guess, if you really wanted to. Start getting into smaller maps now. So this is map E. And so it's just showing just a little bit of stuff here. Some more Germans. Now just imagine, you know, if you're going to be punching all of these at once and trying to clip them all, you're going to be busy for a long time. There's Stalingrad, right? Good stuff. Counter sheet 4. Sort of in the home stretch here of unboxing all this stuff. More charts. This is map C. Counter sheet 3. Map B. Counter sheet 2. Map A. Let's see where we're seeing Poltava. That's exactly where we're talking. And counter sheet 1. There you go. And that's it. Woo! That's a lot of stuff. Truly. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff. So by the point of comparison to Third Winter, obviously, you know, Case Blue has a lot of stuff. It's a kind of a hard to find game these days. And if there is ever an actual reprint, then awesome. In the meantime, you know, it's interesting to juxtapose these two East Front components and just how different are they, and the fact that, like, what you would hope to see in the future is when Case Blue gets reprinted, if it ever does get reprinted, that it approaches something resembling the Third Winter's level of fixed up components and picture order of arrival and all of that good stuff. But who knows, right? Pipe dream perhaps, but something to think about. And just manages to fit right back in. Oof. There you go, guys. Third Winter, Case Blue, dual unboxing videos. I have other OCS stuff that I have not done unboxing videos for because it didn't seem like it really made sense. And I don't think I'm gonna like upload this to the Third Winter Board Game Geek page or anything. This is just some OCS unboxing fun for you guys. I've been talking about OCS recently. The intention is to get some stuff on camera with it, or else I would not have bought these games, right? That's the whole reason. So we'll get into it, guys. So I hope this was a fun thing for you to watch. Maybe you've already seen it before. Maybe it's not that interesting, but a portent of things to come in time. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care. We'll see you later. Keep on gaming.